How does that work writing with your brothers? I would think that that would be kind of a logistic problem, multiple people working on the same book.
It was. We thought that it would be an interesting thing when we first started. Craig worked about a block and a half from me, where we were at, and then Jared worked maybe 6 miles from us, and so we would meet every Friday for lunch, and we would go through what we had planned. We would set goals. This is where we're going to be by next Friday, and we'd hold each other accountable to get that writing done. And we had individual chapters that this chapter's yours, that chapter's mine, this one's yours. But we thought going in that each person's writing voice is going to be different, and it's going to be hard to make the whole book sound like one person or like one voice. And so in the first book, we decided that rather than try and fight that, we would kind of buy into that. And so we wrote in first person. And so each chapter had a different character writing that chapter. And so we kind of wrote each chapter like journal entries. And this person's writing what happened to him in this chapter, and this person's writing what happened to them in this chapter. And so we moved the thing along, basically first person. And then that way each person kind of knew their character, knew what they would do, how they would react to things. And it made it pretty easy to get through the chapters. We kind of had to set firm ground rules at the beginning. These 15 things have to happen in your chapter, and you can't be going off killing people, and you can't be going off bringing in new characters, because if I'm writing chapter 20 and I'm way ahead of you here, and I've got chapter 20 written already, and you kill off this character here, and I've already got them saving everybody here in chapter 20, that's not going to work. So we had to be really rigid with our outline and have it all planned ahead of time, which is not always the way that I like to write by myself, but it worked for us when we did it that way. By the time we got to the second book, we really didn't follow through with that, because we found that by the time we got to the end of the book, we kind of all wrote in a similar method.